What if you could reverse the aging process simply by getting a blood transfusion?
That's what a new company called Ambrosia claims to do, and they just opened a new facility right here in the Houston area.
Rekha Mudaraj spoke to the founder to find out how young blood works.
It's a controversial startup. Ambrosia is the brainchild of Dr. Jesse Karmazin, and right now there are 5 clinics located across the U.S. Karmazin says 150 people have already gone through the process, and several of them have even done it a second time.
My name is Jesse Karmazin, and as you heard, I'm the founder of Ambrosia, and we're a company interested in making you young again.
Dr. Jesse Karmazin believes the fountain of youth is filled with blood, young blood, preferably that of a person under the age of 25.
We know that as you get older, your stem cells aren't replicating as well as when you were young. And this leads to most illnesses.
He explained the science behind it during the Superhuman Summit in 2017.
And when they were sewn together, he found that the old mouse, which received the blood of the young mouse, became young again. So its gray hair turned black. It could remember mazes better. Its heart pumped better. In fact, in every way, it became young again.
If vampires are the first thing that comes to mind, Karmazin, in a phone interview with us, explained the process doesn't involve blood in its entirety, but plasma, the white translucent component that remains after white and red blood cells and platelets are removed. The results?
Their wrinkles are better. Their skin has a better color to it. And furthermore, on the medical front, we're seeing improvements in patients with symptoms of Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's, diabetes.
And by measuring biomarkers, he told me people have also shown improvements in cholesterol levels and inflammation. There is no published data to prove these claims, although Karmazin says scientific evidence from his clinical trials will soon be available. In the meantime, people continue to sign up for treatments on the company's website, which cost $8,000 for a liter of plasma, $12,000 for 2 liters. Just another sign that the promise of youth is a booming business. The company wouldn't tell us the exact location of its Houston clinic, except to say it's located near Houston Methodist Willowbrook Hospital. What are the risks, and how was the company able to get FDA approval? We'll have those answers. Plus,
this is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. This is just stuff that I've been talking about, telling everybody about it. Most of you know. Other channels speak about it. You're aware of adrenochrome. You're aware of the reason that most of these movies are about cannibalism, from Santa Clarita Diet, the chilling adventures of Sabrina, to all these vampire movies, to vampire facials. Business Insider reporting that a controversial startup is charging $8,000 to fill your veins with young blood, and they claim to be up and running in 5 cities across the U.S. I mean, right off the bat, anybody concerned how this is illegal? Anybody concerned where the blood's coming from? Oh, are we supposed to... I mean, the startup is called Ambrosia, Ambrosia, and they charge $8,000 to fill your veins with the blood of young people, and they're now accepting PayPal payments for the procedure online. And if anyone who's dealt with PayPal before, always some type of issue with PayPal, but not an issue here for PayPal. What are you selling? Young children's blood? Oh yeah, no, don't worry about it. We'll hook you. We'll take care of it. Visa, MasterCard, American Express, we'll take it all. The founder of this company, Jesse Karmazin, or should we say Kazar, told Business Insider the company was up and running in 5 cities. They recently completed their first clinical trial designed to assess the benefits of the procedure, but they have yet to publish the results. So then who are the people that they're selling it to, especially at $8,000 a shot? Oh, I wonder. Is this like if Al Gore comes into somebody's town, or Jimmy Carter, and they're just like, or Madonna or Lady Gaga? Let's not forget Lady Gaga bathing in blood in a hotel bathroom, creeping out everybody, the maids and stuff, freaking out over it. These aren't stories that go viral, but you could look them up yourself. And they go, no, it's not true. Look, we got Snoops or Snopes to tell everybody that it's not true, so it can't be true, right? So who are the people that they're selling it to then? I mean, I guess it's for the elites when they come, they have to travel into some town to do something, and maybe it's way early in the day before they're involved in their ritual, and they're like, I need that blood. $8,000? Sure, we print money. This guy should be locked up. Just another one. He said blood is going to be the next big government-approved drug. And they're calling us all crazy, right? But you see how they've desensitized everybody to this stuff over and over and over? They desensitize people. Now people aren't like, blood, right? They're like, oh, okay, right? All these horror movies that are just filled with gore. Like I said, Santa Clarita Diet, these shows where they're eating humans and it's helping, humans are eating humans and it's helping them feel better and live longer and get rid of their stress. It says roughly 3 years ago, they started Ambrosia, a startup that fills the veins of older people with blood from younger donors, hoping the procedure would help conquer aging by rejuvenating the body's organs. Oh, and let's not forget, because this was actually a plot on the X-Files, which I covered, another show where, a husband and a wife who were really like 100 looked like they were 40, and they were, they had kids that were coming and going, kids would come to their home, they would abuse them or whatever, and they would, IV themselves up to these children. They would drink the blood. I mean, people are like, this is insane. But if you told somebody that this was going on in like a tribe in a third world country, people just go like, oh, that's not a big deal. But if it's going on in America, they're like, no, nobody's doing that stuff. The Satanists don't really do that. They don't really believe. Jeez, people have trouble getting, not even talking about PayPal. People have trouble starting their own business in general. Who's like funding this? Let's keep going. The company's now up and running. According to this guy, he told Business Insider, they revamped their website with a clinic of locations and is now accepting PayPal. 2 options are listed: 1 liter of young blood for $8,000 or 2 liters for $12,000. I mean, you'd think I was on the onion. You really would. In the fall, this guy who is not a licensed medical practitioner, so that's good. He's not a licensed medical practitioner, but he's telling people to put young children's blood in their body. Told Business Insider he planned to open the first clinic in New York by the end of last year. That didn't happen yet. Instead, he said the sites where customers can go for the procedure are in LA, San Francisco, Tampa, Florida, Omaha, Nebraska, and Houston, Texas. Oh, man. This guy enrolled people in a clinical trial designed to find out what happens when the veins of adults are filled with the blood from younger people. I mean, what do you think? Like, somebody just thought of this? They were just like, what would it be like if I filled my veins with a child's blood? Are people, you know what I mean? Like, are you laying around thinking about stuff like that? Of course you're not. You're not sick, people listen to. You're not sick in the head because you're not Satanist. This guy is clearly an occultist and a member of who knows which secret societies. But it's just unbelievable. They still haven't made the studies public. And it says there's no scientific evidence to suggest that the treatments could help anyone. I mean, wouldn't this be like dangerous? It says the Food and Drug Administration has approved blood transfusion. Ambrosia's approach has been able to continue as an off-label treatment. Of course, the FDA approves blood transfusion. I mean, there appears to be significant interest. A week after putting up its first website in September, the company received roughly 100 inquiries about how to get the treatment. All of which are probably members of satanic organizations. 100 people inquired about it. That's just, oh my goodness. In January, this guy told Business Insider that he's the company's only public employee, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, I mean, this is what's going on in your world. Trial participant, I mean, people are trying it out. It's not a big deal. Now they're saying, the article says, young blood and anti-aging. Are there any benefits? I mean, how many songs have I exposed with the lyrics about drinking young blood, the fountain of youth? You can go through my library. I have plenty of videos about it. A simple blood transfusion, which involves hooking up an IV and pumping the plasma of a healthy person in the veins of someone who's undergone surgery or been in a car crash. for example, is one of the safest life-saving procedures. Of course, that's how they'll spin it. Of course. Oh, man. Every year in the U.S., they perform about 14.6 million blood transfusions, meaning 40,000 a day on any given day. So that's how they twist it, right? It's a normal thing, a blood transfusion. So just because somebody wants the blood of a young child because they think maybe it'll invigorate them. Right, here's more stuff about Alzheimer's research. They found a longevity startup focused on blood plasma, found that swapping old blood plasma for young blood plasma appeared to provide some limited benefits. I mean, this is what I constantly talk about with how they're going to get away with stuff like this, right? Oh, it could stop Alzheimer's. It could cure cancer. Oh, come on. You've seen Kim Kardashian do it. You've seen it in all these movies. You know, that's why every movie, it's the same thing. The same thing, showing this stuff. And this guy is legally allowed to do this in our country, legally. And he says he's very happy with the results so far from the testing. I mean, should I be shocked? No, I'm not. But I'm just wondering why, you know, there's still so many people that think that all this, especially the videos that I do about cannibalism and stuff like that, people are just like, you're out of your mind. It's just a movie, man. You know? Talking about this stuff openly over and over and over. You know, The Rock talking about eating babies and stuff like it's humorous. And people are like, get a sense of humor. Get a sense of humor. I mean, what? You know, if you had issues with PayPal before, I mean, obviously we know who owns PayPal. I mean, these guys are all one and the same. That's how it all works. But this is how they make it normal, right? Through the movies, the music, the lyrics and songs, all this stuff. And people are just going to go, look, if somebody wants to do that, then it's okay. But if the news every day was putting out stories about this, you know, telling them where they got the blood from the young children and all this other stuff, people would be horrified. All they have to do is, you know, that's the thing. If the news is going to report on this and say it's a good thing and it's proven to cure Alzheimer's, everyone's going to be on board. Because everybody doesn't realize that everything they think comes from how it's perceived on television, right? And that's how they've gotten so many people to accept so many agendas, from feminism to trans, you name it. Because they just continue to normalize this stuff. So now we have a startup charging $8,000 to fill your veins with young blood, and Business Insider reporting on it. Welcome to 2019, folks. It's only going to get worse from here. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.